Okay, VT, this is our next. If you would run, please.
Gentlemen, please. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, this is an 8 round of the middleweight contest of 3 minutes each round at a match made at 11 stone 8 pounds between Jan Magdziarz of Southampton and in this corner from Crawley, Alan Boom Boom Minter. At the weighing Magdziarz scaled 11 stone 5 1/4 pounds. Minter scaled 11 stone 6 pounds. Your referee Benny Kaplan and your timekeeper Tom Powell. Thank you.
This is the needle return match between Alan Minter, the southpaw style, leading with the right with the wide white waistband to his trunks, and Jan Magdziarz, who is 25 and comes from Southampton, who holds this surprise win over Minter, which he obtained just a few weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, as a matter of fact, in this Albert Hall ring, when he stopped Minter in the 3rd round on a cut-eye decision. Now, there's no love lost between these two. They met several times as amateurs, and they've met just this once before as professionals, and Magdziarz got that upset decision over Minter, and since then the words have been flying thick and fast between these two, giving some idea of the hostility between them. In fact, Minter has complained that Magdziarz is the only man he's ever met who won't shake hands with him, and Magdziarz says his ambition is to knock Minter spark cold. Well, they've got their chance here in the return match to do what they like to each other. So here we go. Minter with the wide white waistband, leading with his right against Jan Magdziarz, born of Polish refugee parents. Minter wearing the new style of boxing trunks, which are rapidly becoming popular. John Conte is one champion who wears this type of boxing shorts. It's the right eye of Minter's that let him down before, and in fact it wasn't the first time that his right eye had let him down. His only other defeat as a pro came from exactly the same type of injury on the right eye, and in a fight earlier this year against Pat Brogan at Bethnal Green. He had it cut then, although he won the fight. So we're just wondering whether Minter might be a sort of Henry Cooper of the middleweights. Minter looking just a little bit flash in this first round. He was certainly leading when the end came in the first fight. That pulled him off balance, not a knockdown. And Minter really is looking determined and boxing about twice as fast in the first round as he normally does. And Magdziarz has hardly got near him for 3 minutes. ...15 pro fights behind him now, Minter. 13 wins, 2 defeats, both of those defeats on a cut right eye. 22 years old, this is the young man who picked up a bronze medal in the 1972 Olympic Games in Munich. He turned professional in October last year after he won the Olympic medal. He was beaten in the semi-finals in the Olympic Games by the eventual winner of the gold medal, the West German Dieter Kottisch. There really is a lot of needle in this fight, and part of the reason is that Magdziarz, although he's had only 9 fights, is still unbeaten as a pro. Everybody expected him to suffer his first setback when he met Minter the first time 6 weeks ago. But of course he came up with a win, so now he's protecting that unbeaten record. 8 wins and 1 draw. This curly-haired, auburn-haired Southampton boy, Jan Magdziarz. That's the left hand, and over he goes. Didn't look to have a lot of weight, but he's clearly a little bit hurt. Benny Kaplan, the referee. So the unbeaten record now is looking in real danger. Minter's right eye is looking a bit red again. This is the one that was damaged the first time in the first fight, and again above the eye it looks just a little bit angry and red. It's going together and Minter gets the warning. Now you can see the sort of needle there is in this match between these two. Finds time in the clinch to wink at a friend in the audience. And there's no sign at the moment that Magdziarz has any inclination of how to win this one. He's strictly on the defensive. Well, Magdziarz looked for a moment in that second round as though he might be in real trouble, but he's at the end of the round. It was a left hand that caused all the trouble. It didn't look to have a lot of weight, but it connected clean on the side of the jaw, and that's fair enough. That was a knockdown all right, and Magdziarz was clearly hurt by it because he was glad enough to take a count of 8. 25 years old, Magdziarz, the unbeaten man from Southampton, who works as an engineering technician at Southampton University in the Institute of Sounds and Vibrations. And the vibrations are not looking too good for Magdziarz at the moment. This was the round that Minter was stopped in the last fight between these two with a cut right eye. Same ring 6 weeks ago. And he he hadn't put Magdziarz on the floor at that time last time, so he's a little bit ahead of the previous four. Magdziarz getting to work with that right hand. Minter's gone fighting mad here. He's ignoring all his boxing, and he's just wading in now, determined to knock this man clean out of the ring if he can. Hands and feet all going fast. I wonder if he can keep it up for 8 rounds if he has to. Minter seems to have quite a ridge underneath the right eyebrow, quite a ridge of flesh. It's obviously where the previous cut has healed. The scar tissue has built up, but it's quite noticeably lumpy underneath the right eyebrow. He very nearly got him again with the left hand, and he has got him. Oh, and one while he's on the floor too. That wasn't too clever. And Benny Capling, sensibly, an old fighter himself, giving Magdziarz just that extra second or two to allow for the one he took on the floor. That was sensible. There's success again for Minter in the 3rd round. He had him down in the 2nd, and he had him down once again there in the 3rd. And it happened when he got him up against the ropes on the far side. He'd already hurt him with one left hand, and the punches rained in again on him as he was backed up against the ropes, and he hit him while he was on the floor. Here it comes. Bad. Shouldn't do that. So Minter, who was told to watch it by referee Benny Capling when Magdziarz had got up. Scheduled for 8 rounds. Here we are, coming close towards the halfway stage. Magdziarz hasn't won a round yet, been down twice. And if he's going to win this fight, he's got to start getting into it. No doubt that Magdziarz can hit. He scored a couple of clean knockout wins in his short professional career. He's got a right-hand punch that loops over the top and can catch the unwary. Might be quite useful against a southpaw. He's tried it once or twice, but he hasn't yet managed to hurt Minter with it. Minter trying to measure him with the 1-2, the right and then the left. I don't think I've seen Minter quite as determined to win a fight since he turned pro. And although he's had this man down twice, Magdziarz is still there, still plodding away. Might be quite interesting if this should go any distance, and if Minter should begin to tire, as he conceivably might, because he's putting a lot into this. Benny Kaplan getting a little bit annoyed with Minter. Minter didn't break when he wanted it. Couple of times there, but that, I'm afraid, is only a drop in the ocean. Most of the punishment has been coming Magdziarz's way throughout this round, coming towards the end of the fourth, and again, of course, it's very clearly Minter's round. So this 25-year-old Magdziarz is making life very interesting indeed for Alan Minter in this fight. So once again, this time the right hand from Magdziarz over the top, and twice he caught him with it. He wasn't prepared for the second one. So that's a sign of the trouble that Magdziarz is capable of handing out if he gets the chance. To see whether Magdziarz can produce that right hand again. You often hear of fights being needle matches. More often than not, it's a publicity gimmick, but it wasn't the case in this one. There's no love lost between these two. They had a little staring out contest when the referee called them together before the fight started. And the hostility here is really mental. The open glove, Benny Kaplan says. He's not exactly Minter's pal tonight. That's the third time he's cautioned him, and each time for a different offence. Once for hitting Magdziarz while he was on the floor, another time for not breaking cleanly, and now for not hitting with the knuckle part of the glove. Next match in the Albert Hall might be Minter v Kaplan. Oh, there's that left again, and he's hurt him. And I would think Minter now must be beginning to have a bit of respect for this man. He's hit him with his best punches. He's had him down twice. And still Magdziarz is there with him, battling back gamely. And boxers do tend to have a lot of respect for an opponent who stands up to the best they can give. All the needle could well be washed out in this fight, I thought. Again and again with the left hand. It looks as though Magdziarz now is beginning to slow down and presents an easier and easier target. But he's a brave boy, and he's still taking it and standing up. seeing Minter do that with the right. The writing now very definitely on the wall for the son of Polish parents, Jan Magdziarz.
Right. Put it on.
So that's 5 rounds. Clearly that Minter has won 5 in a row, and this 22-year-old southpaw from Crawley in Sussex, obviously on the way to victory, but with one proviso, and that is that the eyes hold up. That 5th round, Magdziarz, although he'd been in real trouble, was still hitting back with the right hand. This has been a vastly better fight than their first one. The left eye, Magdziarz, and Minter's eye has gone as well. The right eye again. That's the same one again. So here's the proviso we were talking about. Just as in their first fight, so now Minter in this 6th round is in trouble again. Split right across underneath the eyebrow, just as it was before. Oh. And maybe Magdziarz is going to win again after everything. Minter, desperate now. He knows exactly what the trouble is. He feels the blood running down his face. And now he's desperate to finish it. Otherwise, we could have a finish just like the first time they met. If anything, this cut looks rather worse than the first one he had. Now this, to my knowledge, is the 4th time this year I've seen that eye cut. So Minter very definitely has problems as a pro. That eye is going to be a constant source of worry to him throughout his career. He's got Magdziarz in trouble again. Right hand, and he almost went. And the heads are rubbing and cracking together inside for all their worth. Minter throws him off and gets ticked off yet again. End of the round coming up. And what a round it's been. There's the bell. And Danny Holland gets into the ring. The man who used to tend Henry Cooper's cuts gets to work on the right eye of Minter. 4th time this year that it's been cut in a fight, to my knowledge. And so once again, Minter faces the prospect of being well in front on points against this man, and perhaps will still lose. Benny Kaplan's come across to have a look at the injury. Danny Holland's got it covered up with a swab and a swab stick working on it. And Kaplan is saying something to Minter, And Captain looks to me as though he's very angry with Alan Minter about something. So 2 rounds to go. And Benny Captain has another check on that right eye. And he's not coming out. Magdziarz has won again. The second time he's got an upset win over Alan Minter. And he comes over, and a lot of the hostility has gone out of these two. That was a really hard fight. Magdziarz was on the floor twice, was almost down a couple more times. And in the 6th round, he put the cut across the right eye of Minter, same place that he got it in their previous fight. And so Minter now has been beaten twice by this man, Jan Magdziarz, both times. He was in front on points.
Gentlemen, please. Minter has been retired by his corner with a bad cut over the right eye. Magdziarz is the winner. Gentlemen, your appreciation for a very, very fine loser.